From the Sunshine State, this is Tampa Bay's Tan Talk.
Alrighty, Apple iWatch rumors intensify and PayPal is scared. Plus a little Apple flavor at Google and an interview with Mike Maxon of Magellan, so stay tuned.
Rocketed from the dying planet Microsoft, raised by a kindly couple in the small town called Wazville, your PC hero grew strong knowing one day he would be the one to fight computer malware and ignorance. In his secret identity of mild-mannered tech reporter Alan Barebi, he fights for truth, justice, and the Jobsian way. And now, the one, the only, your PC hero.
Welcome, everyone, to your PC hero coming to your rescue every single week. And don't forget, check out the website, yourpchero.com, where at the end of every show we post all the links to everything that we discuss, the interview subject, the topics, and of course our freebies, yourpchero.com. And on the right-hand side, when you go to the website, you'll see a giant question mark. Click on it. You can ask us any question. We answer every single one, but only one gets chosen to be on the show each and every week. And if you want to call in, our local number is 727-441-3000, 866-826-1340. But before we get into all that, let me introduce you to my partner in crime, the baddest man of technology, the shogun of technology, Mr. Andre.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Alan, I am so bad that yesterday the groundhog saw my shadow.
Beautiful. And I think that the Broncos were scared of you yesterday.
They were, because they ran out of the stadium at halftime.
Oh, man, that was a pathetic Super Bowl, bro.
Oh, it was horrible, man.
Horrible,
It was horrible. Peyton, man, I still love you, brother. Next year.
He's scared. I told you. Every big game, he gets scared. He looks scared. Sorry, I saw it in his face with 10 seconds into the game. I said, oh, he's scared again. Happy feet, bad expression. I knew it was going to happen.
They must have had a picture of the Shogun on the Jumbotron.
That's right.
That's what happened.
That's right. Well, speaking of technology in the Super Bowl, these commercials are pretty lame this year, man.
Oh, they were horrible, man, compared to every other year that we've seen them. Yeah, there was really nothing that really struck me as being totally funny this year at all.
I mean, there was the cute one with the dog and the horse.
Yeah,
that was all right.
Yeah.
The Radio Shack was probably the most creative one. The Radio Shack
and some of
commercial.
them just plain didn't make any sense
at
all. I mean, they were just freaking horrific.
But record audience, so they don't care. That's all they care about. They get in their $1 million plus.
What do you think of the halftime show?
You know, I personally am not a big fan of the overblown theatrics, and I mean, I like Bruno Mars. He's got some good songs, but I've never been a fan of distracting the audience with fireworks and lasers. Just play the damn song. That's all I want to hear. So it's never for me.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a really good mashup between because I'm not really a Bruno Mars fan. I hadn't really heard his music, and they kept playing that same song over and over and over again leading up to the Super Bowl. But when I actually watched him, I was really impressed. I mean, I
he's
have
good.
to say, he's really talented. It's kind of old school, like what we like, and bringing out the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I didn't know how they were going to make that work, but it actually worked extremely, extremely well.
Yeah, that's big now, this mashing up of two different genres.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Great.
Now, before we start talking about all this music baloney, let's get back to technology here. All right? And, we've talked about this many a time over the last year, the iWatch rumors. Now they're starting to intensify, and it looks like this is going to happen, and that's going to have features that we weren't expecting. It's going to be very, very oriented, including iOS 8 for mobile health and fitness tracking. Thoughts, bro?
I mean,
Let me guess. I don't see the point of this, Alan.
Alan, look, is it going to measure me sitting in my recliner at home? Because I'm obviously the most athletically fit man in the world. I can curl my finger and get more exercise than most people can get in a day.
Right.
Everybody's
well,
jumping
for you,
on
curling your finger is exercise. So
it's a lot of exercise, bro, but it takes a lot of effort to look this good.
Right.
So let me ask you a question, man.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's jumping on this mobile health fitness bandwagon.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to differentiate Apple from everybody else on the market that's doing this very same thing?
Well, if you look at the stuff that they're trying to patent and have patented already, what I think is going to make the difference with Apple is they're going to have sensors that are also going to measure your blood pressure, your heart rate, your hydration levels, and other kind of stuff that is going to set apart from like Nike's Fitbit and all those other kind of things. I think the level of health data that it's going to be able to come up with is going to be far more extensive than the usual watch.
So if I'm eating a Big Mac, is this thing going to freaking explode on my arm?
No, but it's going to tell you, stop eating it, put it down, and eat an apple.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen. I'll throw the watch away before I even put down the Big Mac. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, come on. Really? Honestly, I mean...
At least it's something different. I mean, at least it's something that is an add-on. You could say, okay, maybe now it's not just a watch, but, if I'm an exercise guy, this is something I can actually use.
If it had a GPS that would show me where the closest McDonald's is when I go out jogging in the morning,
Right.
that would be special.
That will be special.
That would be very special. I see it has like a compass,
Yeah.
which most people don't know how to read.
Right.
So I mean, I can't tell if I'm going north or south or east or west when I'm running.
Well, I'd like to know what's going to be done with all the data that it's gathering on your health. That's going to be the interesting thing. But
I follow the smell of barbecue.
I think it's smart, but
Of course you do.
not exciting.
Yeah.
But it is smart.
I know you're not excited about it. But
No, and again, it's going to depend how it looks, too, because I'll tell you, the Pebble watch looks sharp. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
the
but looks
Samsung
are
watch
nothing,
does not
bro.
look good.
I mean, this is going to be expensive. I
That's
can
the other
promise you
question.
the price point is going to be high.
That's the other
It's going
question.
to be close to $1,000.
No. It can't
Oh,
be.
yeah.
It can't be.
I-
If it's anywhere near that, it's dead.
Okay,
Dead in the water.
My bookie and I have bet $7.99 retail.
I'm going to guess $199.
Nah,
right.
$7.99 retail.
Record this, everybody out there. Let's see who's right when this
$7.99
thing finally
retail.
comes out.
I've got this already on the Vegas odds.
Uh-huh.
All right, 10-1.
Okay.
All right.
What
so-
else would you like to see the iWatch do real quick, if it was for you?
Well, like I said, I mean, the GPS feature would be great.
Uh-huh.
I'd want to know, like, how far I'm running, where exactly I'm at in my run.
Right.
If I'm setting up, like, to run a 20-mile run, or let's say a marathon,
Right.
I would like to know, I'm 3/4 of the way done, and my location is here. Here's the location of the next water station, all of those type of things.
What
would
about
be cool.
non-fitness, health-related? What would you like a watch to do for you? A smart watch.
I like it to play music while I'm running,
Okay.
and
All right.
I want beats.
All right. You know what I would like? Long battery life. I'll tell you right now, because if it's like an iPhone and an iPod and I have to charge it every 5 or 6 hours, that defeats the purpose of having a watch.
Yeah, it
they
does.
got to solve that problem, man. They have to.
Well, they can put a battery pack in your backpack.
Ah,
that you carry on
please,
your
you're
back. It
killing
weighs
me now.
about 500 pounds.
All right, whatever. Anyway, remember last week? I think it was last week.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember yesterday.
I know. Yesterday was Sunday. How's the Super Bowl?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No,
Okay.
I totally tuned out.
All right, I'm
going to
pretend that you didn't never heard of this, but
I never did.
Last week, I one of the things we talked about was
I never listen to anything you say.
that I know already, and clearly it's continuing. One of the things that they were talking about was Apple, because they have that built-in iTunes one-click payment kind of thing, were working on their own mobile payment plans, to ring up, either things at the register or pay for whatever, like PayPal and Square and all that. And now it seems not only is this going to happen, PayPal themselves are very, very worried. And they're trying to form some kind of partnership with Apple, saying that, quote unquote, it wants to help Apple with this thing. What do you think, bro?
You know what? I mean, PayPal has a monopoly on the payment, on the payment gateway system. I mean, they're getting into retail stores now. You're starting to see a lot of options to pay with PayPal. They've got, the credit card stuff that you can do with merchant accounts and everything to get, credit card payments and all that. Mm-hmm. I don't know why Apple would want to go out and venture and spend all the money doing this on their own. I really don't understand why they would do that. I think
a lot of money, bro.
Yeah,
Think about those 3% charges over and over again. That's a lot of money.
But they're going to make those anyway. They're not going to cede a lot of that money over to PayPal.
Honestly. No, they're not. They would never do that with PayPal. They're not teaming up. This is desperation.
Yeah.
PayPal sounds as desperate as it seems. I mean, what do they need them for? They already do iTunes. They already process credit cards. They need nothing
Yeah.
They have pans for the Bluetooth, the wallet, all that stuff. They have the Touch ID, which I knew was coming for some kind of a payment, identification option. Yeah,
you got to think about it though. PayPal, when it comes down to accounts, the number of accounts, PayPal has a much larger customer base when it comes to that type of accounting than Apple does, and it would be a huge advantage for Apple to be able to get the amount of PayPal accounts that PayPal has.
Yeah, but a lot of the PayPal accounts are for taking your own credit cards, for sending money. I bet if you took the number of people with PayPal that are actually using it to buy things at a store, I'm sure it's not.
Well, that hasn't really taken on a lot, but it's starting to grow. You go in Home Depot now, you have the PayPal option, pay with PayPal. It hasn't really caught on with a lot of retailers, but eventually it's going to. Eventually people are going to want to stop carrying around credit cards. It's not secure. It's not safe anymore. Especially when you're paying for gas and things like that. That's why really the frightens me.
You always have your phone on you. Doesn't that make sense? That's why you use your phone to pay for things?
Yeah, but a lot of people don't do that even. A lot of people don't even know that technology exists, especially at gas stations.
That's what Apple's trying to do, man.
And you got to figure a lot of gas stations are still on the old put the credit card in, take it out.
I know.
People are putting skimmers in there now. You don't know if a skimmer's there or not.
Right.
At least when you're doing your PayPal account, it's only you know the password. I don't see it as something that Apple would probably do because they're just too greedy anyway. But I don't
think they would team up with PayPal. I don't think they need PayPal. And
they don't
I think
need them.
That if they could figure out a seamless way with merchants to pay with your iPhone,
which they will,
that's going to be a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Again, not exciting, but a lot of money business-wise.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
One thing that is a little exciting for me that Apple is doing that makes sense, and when I heard it, I'm like, you know what? I'm mad that I didn't think about it myself. And that is Apple TV now, you could tell, is starting to get more and more important with Apple because it's got its own section now. It's not just one little accessory. It's got its own product line. And the rumor is that the Apple TV is going to have built-in Wi-Fi router. Okay? So it's going to handle all your internet connections in your house and integrated TV tuner, bro. So you don't have to use the horrible Fios, program guide or Bright House program. You can connect it right into it and have it look Apple-y. Because I'll tell you, I hate the guides of the cable channel. They're awful. Absolutely awful to use. And that this is going to be kind of like the center of your house with Wi-Fi, possibly a hard drive for time machine backup, and the integrated card. All right. Tell me how much you hate it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you why I hate it.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot of people buying and using Apple TV, number one. Roku is killing that market. One. Okay. Number two, I like my TV channel stuff I got through Fios. I'm happy with the menu. I'm happy with the selection.
Okay.
What really is the killing point for me, I guess, is probably the ability to have a device that I can sit there, I can tune something in, I can record it, I can play it back. I don't have to worry about all the limitations. I'd really love to be able to record like all my DVR stuff to like cloud-based access and then stream it back when I want to and set as many ultimate recordings as I want to be able to do without having to deal with this. But, the wireless feature is kind of cool. I would love to have wireless routing in one device. But you know what? That's not really a game changer for me, bro. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
But you're an Apple TV guy. I
don't. Actually, I'm more Roku. I don't have an Apple TV.
And didn't you have Apple TV at one time?
No.
Oh, I thought you bought it and it was like, you didn't really get much use out of it.
No, that was a Chromecast and I really wasn't.
But you've kind of went to like your own...
I have my own media
you've
server.
Your own media server and your own
Plex
NAS
and all
that stuff. So why would anybody do this when all of those tools are available and more robust than this?
Because it can be all in one, and I think I would like to see a better, like I said, guide for TV watching.
I don't think all in one is the seller, bro, honestly.
Well, maybe not, but it's interesting, that's for sure.
What do you think about Netflix as far as their interfaces go?
It's okay.
And, they're going to full streaming. They're going to go away from the mailing DVD model.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
and
their streaming is awesome. The quality is good.
The quality is phenomenal.
Right. No buffering, no problems there. And you can fill up your queue with as much stuff as you want.
Yep.
You can prioritize it the way you want. So why would you spend the money on something like this?
Because you can have you can have the Netflix app on the Apple TV and have all the other stuff too.
Yeah, but I mean, is it really worth it?
I don't know.
Honestly,
But you know,
no, I'm not
the device you're talking about with the cloud DVR,
Yeah,
that was Boxy.
right.
I don't know if you remember Boxy had that.
I do.
Samsung bought them and closed it.
Yeah, and close because there was a threat.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that really upset me because I was really on the verge of buying that for the same reason, being able to have a cloud DVR of all my stuff.
One day, bro, we got to do a episode on Tech Mafia because there's a lot of those guys out there. You know, Zuckerberg and all these other guys
no
that just
question.
buy crap just to strong-arm people and shut it down.
There's no question about it. All right, well, let's go from Apple now, and let's go to your boys at Google. Okay.
They're not my boys.
They are your boys.
No,
Because
I
every
hate
time I
Google.
tell you I don't like something, you say, well, yeah, wow.
No, I don't like Google. I'm a Microsoft guy, remember?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, anyway, couple of very interesting pieces of news. One of them kind of what I predicted again a week or two ago, but let's go to the first one. They bought Motorola for $10 billion just last year.
Right.
They barely came out with one stinking phone.
Yeah, and their phones are horrible.
And then what happens? They sell it now. They sold
course.
Motorola to Lenovo.
Of course.
You can believe that?
Of course I believe it. Like I said,
Is that insane?
Tech Mafia, baby. That's all it is.
Well, it's interesting. Lenovo wants to get into the game and now has this phone company. Because
Right.
let's face it, they've dominated the PC market now. They came out of nowhere. They bought the ThinkPads from IBM, and they're the number one PC manufacturer right now.
Yeah, because you know why? Their prices are reasonable and their products are good quality
Right.
products.
So imagine
Their
a phone.
tablet is awesome. I'm going to tell you, as a person who's owned
Mm-hmm.
2 Lenovo tablets personally, their products are fantastic. And they're more innovative now on the Windows front than they've ever been before.
Well, this could be very, very interesting. And we may see another phone manufacturer to challenge, Apple and Samsung, because Lenovo is not going to just play around. They're going to go full blown.
And they're doing more than just that market.
And-
I mean, they're doing great on
Oh,
the
yeah.
PC.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
doing great on the
Oh, yeah.
server. They've
Oh, yeah.
completely reinvented IBM.
Oh, yeah.
To say the least. And they're really cutting edge in terms of mobile technology.
Right.
Their PC prices are better. They're using great processors.
Well, I'm kind of happy about it, but it's amazing that they would sell it for, $8 billion less just a year later. So what's going on there? I don't know, but it's very interesting. All right, we don't have time for the second Google news, so we're going to save that for after the break. And when we come back from our break, we have an interview with Mike Maxon from Magellan, so stay tuned.
I used to hate getting cuts because the stinky stuff Mom used hurt worse than the cut. But now my mom uses Caricure Skin Protectant and it doesn't sting at all. Mom says that's because it's a water-based liquid bandage and doesn't have any chemicals. I can even swim in the pool and it doesn't come off. I've seen Dad use it on his running blisters and when he cuts himself shaving. He says he likes that it stops bleeding when he cuts himself. You should tell your mom to get Caricure. It's in the first aid aisle at Kroger. Caricure, healing the way nature intended.
All right, people, you love the show and now you want to help and you want to make some money too. You can come to your PC Heroes Rescue. We are hiring, that's right. We are looking for a salesperson. Part-time hours, full-time income, you cannot beat it. What do you think, Sho?
You can't make money any easier than this. I mean, this is like shooting ducks in a barrel here. All you got to do is come on here, get your dulcet tones on the phone, make a couple of phone calls from us, and the next thing you know, you're going to be rolling in barrels of money.
So if you want to apply for a job here with your PC Hero, all you got to do is go to the website, hit the Contact Us button, and let us take care of the rest. YourPCHero.com, come to our rescue.
Is your computer running slower every day? Tried those speed up your PC scams you saw on TV? Do you just need help but don't know who to call or to trust? Well, Your PC Hero is here to come to your rescue. Contact Your PC Hero by calling 813-793-7462 or emailing us at help@yourpchero.com. That's 813-793-7462 or email at help@yourpchero.com. Your PC Hero to the rescue.
This is Your PC Hero, and everyone who listens to my show knows how much I love the little guy, the cool tech startup, the people who are doing fun things on the internet, even offline businesses that are using the internet to promote their stuff. Well, if you have a business or a cool story that you want to talk about on my show, then give me a call at 813-444-3761. That's 813-4401. And you too can be on Your PC Hero. How exciting is that?
No more excuses. Get your business online and let Your PC Hero come to your rescue with your domain, hosting, and traffic building needs. Your trusted name on the radio is also your only choice for domain registration, website and email hosting, and tools to generate online traffic. Go to yourpchero.biz for more information. That's yourpchero.biz to the rescue of your biz.
Does your business need a website and professional level email, but you do not have the budget for it, or you think you don't? Well, I have the solution for you. KRBWeb.com. That's right, KRBWeb.com. For as low as $6 a month, that's right, $6 a month, you can get website hosting, email with your domain, a free domain name, and it has a built-in website builder, so you don't even need a web designer. So get started, get your business on the internet at KRBWeb.com.
Have a question? Call in. Our numbers are 727-441-3000 or toll free 866-826-1340. That's 727-441-3000 or toll free 866-826-1340.
All righty, your PC Hero coming to your rescue with the baddest man in technology, Mr. Showing Up himself.
I sock it to you, baby.
That's right. There's your girl, Sukiyaki, baby.
But I sock it to all our listeners, too.
All right, but before you start socking anything, we have a very special guest with us. He is from Magellan, Mike Maxon. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Very good. All right. Mike, why don't you give us a little background first on Magellan, and then we'll talk about the Echo.
Yeah, well, Magellan is been in the consumer electronics space for several years, primarily within auto navigation units. We also have handheld outdoor units for hiking and backpacking. And then came on board about 3 years ago to launch both the fitness and the wearable space, and that's what brought us to the Echo product that we're going to talk about today.
Where was the leap from doing GPS devices? Because let's face it, that's what everybody right now knows about Magellan, the GPS, which were very good, to now wearable technology. How does that leap happen?
Well, when we launched our first fitness product here at Magellan, it was a GPS watch. And we went and we talked with some of our partners, our software partners, the MapMyFitness, the Stravas of the world. And we asked them, hey, guys, what are you seeing? Because these are the websites where everyone's uploading their information, all their running, all their cycling data. And they said, guys, about 80% of our uploads are coming from our mobile apps. So rather than focusing on the GPS watch, you guys may want to think about complementing the mobile platform. And that's when we started seriously thinking about what can we do differently to really leverage, what's going on the phone. And that's how we came up with Echo.
Yeah, it seems like a really cool concept. I mean, so I guess it's open to the development community to develop different applications for it. Is that correct?
That's correct. And how it works basically is Echo is a watch. It is an external display and remote control for an app running on your phone. Now, we have chosen to focus on mainly the sports apps. We don't want to be another Pebble or Samsung. We are focused specifically on sports. And what that allows us to do is have much deeper integration within the different sports apps. So, for example, the Map My Run app is probably one of the most popular running apps out there. It works with Echo. You are ready to go for a run. You take Echo, you wake it up. You take it out of watch mode and you put it into sports mode. You launch the Map My Run app. The two find each other via Bluetooth Smart, and then everything that is captured within the Map My Run app, you can see it on your watch. You can also remotely control the app. Start, stop, even control your music. Start your music, stop your music, go to the next song. And like you were saying, it is it is an open platform. We have an SDK that allows any sports app out there to write to Echo. So today we have about 10 apps. Most of them are running and cycling, and we're now also bringing on golf apps and other sports as well.
One thing you said that was very interesting to me, the wake up from the watch function, to switch it over to the app function. Is that to enhance the battery life?
Yeah, that's exactly why we do it. Coming from the GPS world, the one thing that we wanted to eliminate when that was charging, and Echo uses a replaceable battery, and because in using a replaceable battery, we don't want it the wireless on all the time and draining the battery. So therefore, when you're not doing your sport, you turn off the Bluetooth wireless, and that conserves the battery and allows us to get about 6 to 10 months of battery out of a standard CR2032.
So let me ask you this. You talk about the watch as being primarily a display device. So I'm assuming that the applications that are actually running on the phone that are running on the watch are being served to the watch by the phone. And then the watch actually has the controls that allow you to control the app from the watch. But really everything that's being done in terms of like location, all of that stuff is done through the native Android or iPhone OS in the phone, not in the actual watch itself?
You're absolutely right. So the phone is the hub. That app is the hub. It's getting your location. It's also receiving your heart rate data. You can hook up to other sensors like power meters as well. So the phone's the hub and is streaming that data to Echo, the watch, displaying it, and then you can also remotely control it, which is controlling the app. And this simplified kind of watch and platform allows us to keep the user experience really simple as well. So they don't have to worry about like take Pebble, you can install up to 8 apps on the watch, and then it kind of you switch between the apps to do different things. With Echo, you're connected to one app at a time, and there's no loading and unloading apps. You just do your pairing at the time when you launch the app, and from then on, you are in your Map My Run mode for the rest of your run.
So let me ask you something. If I'm a developer and I decide that I want to develop applications for Echo, how do I go about getting the SDK? How do I go about getting my app approved by your company, by Magellan, and how do I get that into the individual stores? And then the last question I have on that is how, as a retail person that owns one of the watches, how do I go out and find that?
Yeah, good question. So if a developer is interested in writing to Echo, first thing, go check it out. Go on MagellanGPS.com/Echo and look at the product and make sure it fits what you want to do. If you need an external device and remote control for your app, Echo could be a good fit for you. You would then just send us an email at fitness@MagellanGPS.com, and we would send you the SDK. Just a link, and they could get up and running in as quick as 2 weeks. We just launched Golf Pad GPS. They put together their initial implementation in about 2 weeks. If you want to do something a little bit more integrated, it could take up to maybe a month and a half or so. But simple, quick, easy would be about 2 months worth of development time. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Continue.
Well, if someone to find the different retailers, we're available on Amazon, we're in REI, we're in Sport Chalet, we're in EMS, we're in a lot of different retailers. And to see, what apps are currently supported today, the best way is just to go on our website and see what we have there. We are continuing to update it. It's tough. It's tough to keep it updated. I just learned the other day, iMobile Intervals just came on, so we're getting a lot of momentum behind the product, and all that comes from the app developers. So we really rely on the app developers in their community, and it really makes their product better because for the first time, these apps are able to leverage, an external display. And this the external display is more important for sports than it is for just text message or caller ID or other notifications. Things that you can just normally pull out your phone and look at.
Right.
But when you're running, when you're cycling, when you're playing golf, you don't want to be pulling your phone out, or maybe it's not, or maybe you really can't, or you want to protect it. That's where we feel that we really have a unique opportunity over the Pebbles and the Galaxies of the world.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Let me ask you a question. First of all, I want to say that I love the interface on the watch. I'm looking at the ones with the time and the distance. It's so nice and clean, which I'm a big fan of. Let me ask you another question. On what phone platforms is this available? I know, obviously, iOS, Android. Is it on Windows Phone, or is it coming on Windows Phone?
So right now, it is on iOS only.
Okay.
On the 4S and newer. So those are the iPhones that have the Bluetooth Smart in them.
Right.
We'll have Android here the next few months.
Okay.
And as far as Windows, we're unsure about that. We just frankly just need to see the numbers before we can support it.
You're not the first person to tell me that. Yeah, unfortunately, that's what's happened. Windows is struggling with their apps because the numbers aren't there yet. And you talk about the cost of development and the numbers, it's not a great match. All right, well, I like what you're doing. I like the look of it. I think this is, the kind of thing where you have, it's, I don't want to say simple because that really, sounds demeaning, but it does what it does and it does it well. And I like the switching off of the battery function. That is really great because, let's face it, a watch that you have to charge every 6 to 8 hours is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, well done on that area. All right, if anyone wanted to get some more information on the watch and where to buy it, where would they go?
They would go online to MagellanGPS.com/Echo.
Very good. And again, everyone out there on the website, yourpchero.com, I'll put up the link, pictures of the watch, and all the information that you could possibly need. So if you're in the car, you don't have to get in an accident trying to write down these addresses down. One last question for you. How was CES for you this year?
Boy, it was crazy.
Yeah.
We had a great response. We won an Innovations Award from the CES Alliance for having an innovative product. So it was a spectacular show.
Yeah, it was crazy for us, too. We were wiped out.
Can I ask you one more thing? Is there any plans, and I mean, obviously, you don't have to disclose it if there are, but are there any plans to utilize this beyond sports?
Right now we're focused on sports because we see so much competition elsewhere. But that's not to say that we couldn't use it in other categories. In a company that our parent company focuses on a lot of different things, but the Magellan company within auto navigation as well as outdoor we could use it for a handful of things. So really, it is a platform that could reach into other areas, but with so much competition against big companies, whether it's Apple, Google's going to have something soon, or Samsung. We really feel that this product is going to be most successful right now if we focus on sports and do it right.
I have to agree with you because I've said it all along, especially with phones. I think that there's success to be had. Same thing with tablets if you hit a niche. You know what I mean? If you hit one, dedicated type of user that's going to really need it. And I think it's a very smart decision to keep it focused on sports. I agree with you 100%. All right, Mike, well, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I believe you guys are sending me out one, so I'm going to be able to review it in another couple of weeks. And I look forward to hearing more from Magellan.
Yeah, hopefully it works from the couch when you're sitting there just doing, finger curls or something, because that's about the most use he's going to get out of it. But
it'll give me a reason to get off my butt and exercise.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thanks for having me on, you guys.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. All righty. Well, I can't wait to get it and try it out.
I know, bro. It's going to be amazing. You're going to have to put it around the dog's arm. And when you're walking the dog can
I'll
actually
let my wife
test
it because she actually works out.
She actually does work out, and the dog works out. That's right. Yeah, she does.
When you're married, it counts. If she works out, it's good for me too.
Yeah, and going to Domino's and picking up a pizza for takeout, that doesn't count, bro. That's what I'll let you know. We don't have an app for that yet.
Well, look, we've talked about this with phones, with BlackBerry's failures and Windows Phone's failures about, stop trying to be everything to everybody and hit your niche, like they should have been focused on the business. And I think this is very smart the way they're doing it.
I'm everything to everybody, though.
All right.
And I'm smart.
Yeah, that's what you say. All right. Well,
I am.
Before we went to the break, I told you there was one other piece of news from the Google team that I predicted it a week or so ago. And that is, remember when Google bought the Nest?
Yes.
Okay. And we were trying to figure out why. And I said there were two possible reasons in my head of why they would buy them. And for those who don't remember, Nest is these really cool, innovative thermostats for your AC heater in your house.
Right.
They're designed by the people who designed the original iPod. They're very creative. They're very interesting looking, very smart. And Google bought them for an obscene amount of money. And a week ago, I said, why? And I had two reasons. One was sinister and one was not so sinister. The sinister reason was they want the data in your house as well as on the internet, which I still don't know if that's not true. But the innocent reason for me was these guys came from Apple and they helped design the iPod and they know how to make really beautiful hardware and GUIs. And Google doesn't. Let's face it, Google is utilitarian, but ugly. I mean, their stuff is ugly, and that's what they want. And now we find out that the team behind the Nest are going to be the core hardware group for Google and have as much access to resources that they need. They are going to impose their design elements on everything hardware related with Google. Thoughts, bro?
I don't think this is necessarily not evil, because to me it seems very evil.
Okay, why is that?
Because number one, you said it wasn't evil.
Right.
And I always disagree with you.
You have to disagree with me just to disagree with me. Okay.
Just to disagree. Mm-hmm. But, really, it is an evil reason. Nest could have probably went out there. They probably could have kept developing their own products, great-looking products and everything else. Google could have disclosed at a very early time that, we're buying Nest because we think they're innovative. They make great products. We suck at great products that look like good products. So we're hiring these guys because they can make prettier things than I do. It's like, it's like when you, and you probably know about this firsthand, but it's like when you date the uglier chick with the ulterior motive of dating the better looking chick.
I have,
which you've done all your life.
No, I think
until
that's
you met Karen.
That's you,
no,
bro.
No,
that is
no,
you.
No, bro. I've
beer goggles. That's your middle name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Shogun beer goggles of technology.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think it's.
I have beer goggles for all the women.
Whether this is going to be interesting or not, whether it's going to be evil or not, I don't know. But it is interesting because let's face it, the last item that Google came out with that anyone even talked about was the Google glasses, which were horrible. Let's face it, they are ugly as sin. And could these guys really come out with a kick butt phone or tablet or a new Google Glass something? They've got the talent. Let's see if they can pull it off.
I think they can.
Yeah, we'll see.
Potentially.
All righty, when we come back from our break, we're going to have our listener email, pet peeves of the week, and of course, our freebie choices, so stay tuned.
I used to hate getting cuts because the stinky stuff Mom used hurt worse than the cut. But now my mom uses Caricure skin protectant and it doesn't sting at all. Mom says that's because it's a water-based liquid bandage and doesn't have any chemicals. I can even swim in the pool and it doesn't come off. I've seen Dad use it on his running blisters and when he cuts himself shaving. He says he likes that it stops bleeding when he cuts himself. You should tell your mom to get Caricure. It's in the first aid aisle at Kroger. Caricure, healing the way nature intended.
All right, people, you love the show and now you want to help and you want to make some money too. You can come to your PC Heroes Rescue. We are hiring, that's right. We are looking for a salesperson. Part-time hours, full-time income, you cannot beat it. What do you think, Sho?
You can't make money any easier than this. This is like shooting ducks in the barrel here. All you got to do is come on here, get your dulcet tones on the phone, make a couple of phone calls from us, and the next thing you know, you're going to be rolling in barrels of money.
So if you want to apply for a job here with your PC Hero, all you got to do is go to the website, hit the Contact Us button, and let us take care of the rest. YourPCHero.com, come to our rescue.
Is your computer running slower every day? Tried those speed up your PC scams you saw on TV? Do you just need help but don't know who to call or to trust? Well, your PC Hero is here to come to your rescue. Contact your PC Hero by calling 813-793-7462 or emailing us at help@yourpchero.com. That's 813-793-7462 or email at help@yourpchero.com. Your PC Hero to the rescue.
This is your PC Hero, and everyone who listens to my show knows how much I love the little guy, the cool tech startup, the people who are doing fun things on the internet, even offline businesses that are using the internet to promote their stuff. Well, if you have a business or a cool story that you want to talk about on my show, then give me a call at 813-444-3761. That's 813-44-HERO1, and you too can be on your PC Hero. How exciting is that?
No more excuses. Get your business online and let your PC Hero come to your rescue with your domain, hosting, and traffic building needs. Your trusted name on the radio is also your only choice for domain registration, website and email hosting, and tools to generate online traffic. Go to yourpchero.biz for more information. That's yourpchero.biz to the rescue of your biz.
Does your business need a website and professional level email, but you do not have the budget for it, or you think you don't? Well, I have the solution for you. KRBWeb.com. That's right, KRBWeb.com. For as low as $6 a month, that's right, $6 a month, you can get website hosting, email with your domain, a free domain name, and it has a built-in website builder, so you don't even need a web designer. So get started, get your business on the internet at KRBWeb.com.
Have a question? Call in. Our numbers are 727-441-3000 or toll free 866-826-1340. That's 727-441-3000 or toll free 866-826-1340.
I have a lot of experience with the whole computer thing, you know, emails, sending emails, receiving emails, deleting emails. I could go on.
Sounds like an expert.
And I could go on because I've experienced every little bit of that, bro.
Oh, you have?
Yes. I could go on about all the things I've experienced. But
Sending
it would take,
emails, receiving emails.
Absolutely.
Ignoring my emails.
Ignoring your emails. And
You're
people,
very good at that.
And people blocking my emails.
You're very good at ignoring my emails.
Of course.
Very good. All right. Well, speaking of emails, I told you guys in the beginning of the show at yourpchero.com, there's a giant question mark on the right-hand side. If you click on it, you can ask us any question, even love questions. The show gun will answer those.
Absolutely.
I don't take any responsibility for his answers for those love questions, but you can go ahead and ask them.
I've been lucky in love. Don't worry.
But if you ask a really interesting technology question that I think most people are going to want to hear, we'll put it on the show, and you could win a prize. So,
Right.
Susie from Plant City, how do you like that?
Plant City.
She has a really interesting question. Do I really need a Microsoft account? Windows 8 is making me get one. Baby.
You know, the key is the question, making me get one. Are they really making her get one? Or are they just fooling her into thinking that she has to get one?
Well, they are definitely making it seem like you have to have one.
But you really don't.
Right.
You really don't. And Susie, that's your answer. You don't have to. If you look at the small print below the option of signing up for an account, there's an option to set up a local account.
Right.
Obviously, when you set up the local account, Microsoft cuts you off from the rest of the world. They basically put you on a little ship that's adrift in the middle of the ocean and say your computer is not tied to our SkyDrive.
Right.
It's not tied to our email. You're not going to be able to chat with your friends, and you're certainly not going to be able to use all of the great features of Office and OneNote and all of those things. So the question is, how important is all that to you?
You know what's weird is because, and not weird, just really, really annoying, and I leave it to Microsoft to do something annoying again, is that they came out with a big update, the 8.1 Windows update, right, which brought back somewhat of a start menu, whatever. After you update that, again, they're asking you about the account.
Right, they're going to shove that down your throat.
Oh, my goodness,
they're
it's crazy.
They're going to shove that down your throat. Ballmer is going to step on your neck, open your mouth, and pour that thing down your throat.
Right. Well, let me tell you something.
But you know what, ding dong? The witch is dead.
Okay.
He's on his way out.
That's right. Well, Susie, let me tell you something. It's not necessary. There's ways around it. Now, if you are an Office 365 user, there are advantages to it. It's nice to have your settings available with a quick login. There
Actually,
are some
even if you're a
pluses.
local user.
Right.
Even if you're a local user, because now even the local copy of Office still ties to SkyDrive
Right.
and all of those other options.
So-
and you don't get that without the account.
What I've done is I just make a brand new Microsoft account that I'm only using as my Microsoft account. I use it for anything else. I don't use it
Right.
for email, whatever, and it works fine. So the choice is yours, but look at the fine print. There is a way to get around it and use a local account.
Right.
All righty. Surprising for most people out there, you and I get angry sometimes at things.
I get
know
angry
we,
at a
we
lot of
seem like such a mellow, happy-go-lucky
No, I
dudes.
try to beat the crap out of every
I know.
person I see.
Well, I
I'm
am a
just
very,
violent that way.
Buddhist Zen kind of a guy. I never
and I'm
get
the
angry.
opposite. No, I've learned and honed the martial arts just for the specific reason
Uh-huh.
that I want to beat the crap out of people.
All right, well, then I'll let you go first.
Okay.
The pet peeves of the week. What are the things that this week drive you crazy?
You know, Alan, there's a synergistic, globalized paradigm shift to this whole conversation that we're having right now.
That's right.
Did you understand that? There's a proclivity
Yes.
towards... Do you get where I'm going with this?
I get where you're going, and
Do
it
you
drives
get
me
where I'm
crazy,
going with
too.
this,
The buzzwords.
bro? I mean, I have no clue what any of that I just said means.
Buzzwords, baby.
And it sounds great, but you know
Yeah.
what? When you're dealing with people that are like selling you something or whatever, they use all of these words, team player, paradigm,
Synergy. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, corporate culture.
Yeah.
And if you don't agree with that or you don't sit there and nod your head approvingly,
Uh-huh.
you don't fit.
Right.
You're an outcast.
Yeah, I hate it, too.
Yeah.
I hate
it
those
drives me
buzzwords.
up the wall, and I tell people when I hear it, if it's a business conversation, don't even try to sell me that crap because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't understand your product, and you're full of crap.
And you know what?
And stop using those words on me, Alan.
Okay.
This was meant for you, baby.
I promise to not present to you a paradigm shift to be synergistic in nature. I
All right.
promise you.
That's right.
All right. One of the things I hate is, you're online, you're looking at Yahoo News or Google News, whatever, so you click on a news story.
Forbes.
Whatever it is. Forbes is notorious
Forbes is
for
notorious.
oh, boy.
The worst.
And what happens, you get to the website, and there's a big ad where you have to click to continue to the story. Seriously, people, do you think these ads work? These annoying things. People, it's like the YouTube video where they say, "Oh, in 5 seconds you can click."
Which they didn't used to do that.
I know, and then you click on it and you pass it anyway.
Right.
Find a better way to advertise. Okay, this is not the old world. Okay, don't shove it in our face with pop-ups and making it annoy me because all you make me do is not want to go to the website
Even
again.
Google doesn't do that. They put it on the side. They
Right.
they obviously scan and read your email because we know that.
Of course.
But, at least the ads that they're putting up there are related to the topic that was in my email. So I do have some interest.
Okay.
But most people are impulse buyers, man. They are not going to sit there and read those ads. They are a hindrance. They're annoying. I've stopped reading Forbes just because of that. So, Malcolm,
yes.
just so you know, baby, I don't read your website anymore.
No, and I like the magazine.
I love it.
But whoever's in charge of your website needs to be fired immediately because it's not only that. Their slideshow is awful too.
Right, it is.
Every time you click next, the whole page has to reload.
Yeah.
Terrible, outdated stuff. Yeah, Forbes, you got to do something about it.
Whoever's feeding you that horse crap, you should fire.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go away from the negative and bring it back to the positive, and that is our freebie choices of the week. And
Yes.
every week we present something that's free, completely free, that brings nice value in these hard economic times.
Which are very hard.
Yes, especially
Yes.
for the Shogun, baby, because he keeps beating up all his employers and clients, and he finds out, oh, my God, now I have no way to make some money.
I do, but I now have what is called Shogun Care.
Okay.
Which is you come to my house, you tell me your problems, I hurt you, and you have a problem somewhere else, and you don't have to worry about all of your other problems.
Okay.
And best of all, you don't have to pay me. I take great pleasure in your pain.
All right. So
Yes.
tell me, what is your freebie choice for this week?
My
man?
freebie choice is probably the most awesome thing I've ever seen, Alan. And I know you haven't heard of this because
Uh-huh.
every time I come up with something, you either ignore it or you pretend you've never heard of it.
Okay.
So this is called Wigio.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. And it's not about wigs or, buying wigs or anything like that, even though the Shogun has many of them.
Uh-huh.
Okay? This is the easiest collaboration tool I've ever seen, and it is completely 1,000% free.
Okay.
And what it allows you to do is it gives you free virtual meetings and conference calls, a free shared calendar that you can share with thousands of people, to-do lists and assigned tasks. You can actually do surveys from there to your group, send email, text, and voice messages, and upload and manage files in a shared folder. And guess how much this costs you, Alan? Guess. Take a guess, baby. How much money you think you got to spend on this?
10 shekels.
You are absolutely 100%, as always, wrong.
Okay.
Bada bing, free, baby. Not a dime.
Very interesting.
Not
very,
a dime.
One of the things I like is how you can also host a virtual meeting and conference call. That's very cool.
That's right, because I don't want to see you in person every day.
Right.
So to be able to see you virtually and shut off my camera is probably one of the greatest perks to me.
And the events calendar, shared it, because let's face it, everybody...
Right, because then where you are, I don't have to be.
That's right.
Yes.
Anyway, I can't tell you how many clients I have that have an old Outlook 2003 or whatever, which, by the way, is going away. Support for that, at least. And they say, well, how do I share my calendar?
Yeah.
You can't. You're not an Exchange user. You can't share your calendar that way.
Right.
There you go.
Right, and they don't want to see your annual calendar of you in Speedos.
Right.
For every month. Wearing a different
sorry.
Speedo, bro. You got to stop sending that out. Nobody wants it.
50,000 users beg to differ, my friend. Beg to differ. All right, this
You
is
can't
very
keep
cool.
signing up for all those accounts yourself, bro.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's very cool. Wigio.com. And again, remember, everybody, at the end of the show, we're going to put all these links up on the website for everything we discussed, all the freebie choices, all the stuff about the interview subject, and the topics of the news of the day.
Right.
All righty. Mine is also a productivity app, and it's something that you, the Shogun, the Show Enough,
yes,
the main man, introduced me to.
Right.
And now I'm in love with it.
I am in love with it too, bro, because you know me, I'm a visual guy.
Yes.
I read at a kindergarten level.
That's right.
So pictures for me is what works
And
the
that's
best.
what this does. Drop task.
Yes.
And what it is, there's a lot of to-do apps out there, a lot of, task apps, and it's all the same. Make a list, put in a date, blah, blah, blah. It's all very text-oriented, list-oriented, which me and the Shogun, we're visual guys because we're creative guys. We like to see it in front of us. Drop task is a completely different way of viewing the tasks that you have to do. It's all done, like I said, extremely visual in terms of getting things done. And it's unbelievable. It's free. No trials, no fake fees, no nothing like that. It is completely, of course, they have, a premium version, but you don't have to worry about that because the free one is great. You can have up to 2 members per project. You can start any project, and just unlimited task groups. And again, in a visual manner. So if you have a problem, keeping track of what you're supposed to do, this helps a lot.
Right. And the great thing about it is that you've got a lot of good companies that have endorsed this. CBS News, Lifehacker, PC World, AppStorm, all saying what a great product this is.
And it integrates with Google Contacts, too, which is, if you're a Google user, that's amazing as well. Yeah, droptask.com. Very, very cool.
Very cool.
All right, well, that's it for this week, my brother.
Brother, before we go, I want to give my condolences to Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes.
One of the greater actors of his time.
Yep.
Another shameful, sad loss in Hollywood history.
That's true.
I'm going to go home and watch probably about 2 or 3 of his movies.
Yeah, he was always weird, though, in all the roles. He's always been
weird. He's always been a little eccentric, but he's been a great actor.
Hey, look, he didn't harm anybody, so,
No.
I feel very bad about it. And for those kidlings out there, you don't have to be on drugs to be creative and cool.
No,
It's
you don't.
baloney.
You don't.
All right. Show, thank you. We're out.
Hey, thank you, brother. Man. Guys are dying, but you know what? The Hollywood guys died in 3, so there's 1 more to go. Yeah, there was a classic actor that died, too. The other day from like the 1940s.
He was like 100. He was like 80-something.
Yeah. Well, there'll be one more by next week. I think it's going to be Steven Seagal.
Bieber.
Could be. Could be. He's got problems. He's struggling.
Oh, boy.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen,